Today I'd like to talk about progressive privilege. It's going to be an uncomfortable one for those progressives out there in bloody rant Aussie land. Well, why do I say privilege? Apparently these people are the least privileged people in the world, these progressives, and they like to tell everybody how unprivileged they are with all their wonderful new gender terms and all their wonderful new sexualities and their absolute incessant hatred for anyone who disagrees. And it's not just white men. Everybody thinks it's just white men, but if you're a woman with a wrong point of view, you're internalising your misogyny. Pauline Hanson must have internalised misogyny a lot. I mean, I can't believe I'm actually saying this is trying to defend Pauline, but feminists, seriously, what the fuck? Here is a woman who got out of a fish and chip shop, got voted into parliament, started her own fucking political party, runs her own political party. She's the head of her political party. She's garnered a shitload of likes and respects in the citizenry of this country. But she doesn't agree with a lot of progressive values, and so she's hated. But yet she should be absolutely lauded by the feminist community simply because she, as a woman, has broken so many glass ceilings. It's not funny. I mean, she's the first woman ever to start her own political party and lead it. There's two. She's gone from fish and chips shop to senator. I mean, why are you dissing the shit out of Pauline? I can understand you dissing the shit out of her ideas as far as that goes. And her policies go, fine, do it. But it tells me that there's a double standard here. There's this bit of cognitive dissonance. I mean, you do the same thing with Sarah Palin. Now, once again, it's fine to disagree with her ideas, and she comes across as a complete adult. However, she's a female representing Alaska in the American Federal Senate. She's done a great job. You don't have to agree with her politics. But surely, once again, as feminists, you should be loving her. But it doesn't surprise me, and it should shock no one. After all, it was the progressive feminists who absolutely despised Margaret Thatcher, first female Prime Minister of England. Why? She was a conservative. Now, all this me defending conservatism as a liberal doesn't bother me all that much, because there's a point here that isn't about politics as much as it's about remaining intellectually consistent. If you're advocating for somebody's rights, then you've got examples of people who have done great things. Women. But apparently, if they don't agree with your politics, your progressive politics, then they're terrible people. And I could say the same with any number of different groups. I mean, for example, the Black Lives Matter group. If you're a black person in America who doesn't agree with Black Lives Matter, you know what? You get called an Uncle Tom, or an Oreo, or a coconut. You get called out racially. You're not a black person because you don't support our movement. Once again, you've got some really successful people here who don't support the movement who get called this, like Larry Elder. Yes, he's a conservative. He doesn't agree with your politics and you don't agree with his, but very successful black man. How about someone like Thomas Sowell? Once again, successful. I mean, the man is one of the leaders at the Hoover Institute. Okay? He's one of the world's top economists and historians. But he doesn't agree with you, so therefore you don't like him. But he's black. You cunts are fucked. At least remain internally consistent in your arguments. It seems to me that the only people you really support are people who support your politic. and your narrative. If they don't, they're not part of the collective, so therefore they're bad people. And even the people who you wouldn't normally say were on your side, like in case of ultra left-wing feminists, people like Steve Shives, who, well, the term is white knight. He watches 100%, but he can't actually be an equal to in your movement because he's a man. He's an ally. Not even a friend to your movement, he's just an ally. Well, we all know what happens to allies once they're no longer of any use to you, don't we? And it's the same in war. If you've got a good ally in war and the war's over, that's it. That's the end of the friendship. You people are horrible. You people, seriously, don't give a fuck about anything other than your internally inconsistent ideas and ideals. You use people, and if people don't agree to be used by your movement, even if they are of the type that you should support and hold up and value, you throw them away. I'm going to give you another example of another two examples of people. First one is Blair White. Now, Blair White is a fellow YouTuber and she is really successful. Blair White was once a man, now a woman. So in today's money, you wouldn't use the term anymore gender dysphoric, although that's the correct term. You use the term transgender woman. And she doesn't agree with you, cunts. And you try to give her hell. It doesn't work, mind you. Why? Because Blair White is a very strong person who doesn't care about your opinion. But she's the wrong kind of transgender. Once again, you are not internally consistent because Blair White's a very successful YouTuber and universally loved in the anti-SJW, I'll say movement because I don't like the word community, and that's a whole nother subject. So, the second one I'm going to talk to you about is a bloke by the name of Gad Saad. Now, Gad is a bit of a hero of mine. In fact, when I found his channel, I went out and I bought all his books. Evolutionary psychologist, exceptionally intelligent man. And he runs circles around you fuckers. You don't like him. But considering the circumstances of his birth and childhood, being a Lebanese Jew, now you want people who actually were oppressed, you whiny little bitches? That's oppression. His family had to flee to Canada or they were going to get killed. You want oppression? That's fucking oppression. But yet, you don't like him. He's a minority. He's a Jew. He's even more a minority. He's a Lebanese Jew originally. He's a Canadian Lebanese Jew. But apparently, that means shit if you don't agree with the narrative. And that's why you cunts are so fucked. So please have a little think about what I'm saying to you. Try to become a little bit more intellectually consistent in your arguments and the way you look at your movement. And until next time, motherfuckers, get fucked, fuck you, and fuck off. G'day guys, it's the Rant Aussie. Hey, did you like this video? Comment down below. Like the video? Share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll catch you later.